surprised. She saw her own twin wedding her man, and she said, "What have I ever done to you, Promise?" Once upon a time, there lived two beautiful twins named Luna and Promise. Luna and Promise were the only children of Mr. and Mrs. Chuka in Ameke village. Their father was a well-known and respected high chief, and their mother was a very humble and selfless woman who loved and embraced everyone that came around her. Before the birth of the twins, Mr. and Mrs. Chuka got married for so many years but had no kids. Despite all the mockery and words that came from their villagers and family, the couple still loved each other and supported each other. They believed that one day God will visit them and bless their home with the cry of a baby. After several years of childlessness, God visited them and blessed them with a set of twins, and they named them Luna and Promise. Luna and Promise grew up into two beautiful ladies. They were so identical that no one could easily identify them. They were very fond of each other. People in the village always admired their beauty and closeness. They practically did everything together, such as going to the stream, cooking, washing of clothes and dishes. The love between the two twins was so strong that their parents were always happy and always thanked God for blessing them with such beautiful gifts. Unknown to them that something terrible and unspeakable was about to happen in the life of their kids. Years later, the two twins got admission into the university and they left the village to the city. Though their parents felt so lonely while they were about leaving. But they had no choice because they wanted the best for their children, so they had to leave them. The twins cried and hugged their parents. Their mother gave them some motherly advice, likewise their father. They prayed for their kids and they all said goodbye and left for school. On getting to the school, Luna and Promise continued being the good kids they were. They never missed lectures or church activities. Until one fateful day, Promise ran into a young, beautiful, spoiled girl in the school named Chika. "Hi, Promise, how are you?" Chika said. "Hi, how may I help you?" replied Promise. "Haba, you're such a pretty girl and I would like to be your friend. So please stop being rude." "Sorry, I don't like you. I can't be your friend. And besides, I don't want to be friends with a bad character like you," Promise said to her, and she walked on Chika. Getting home, she narrated to Luna her encounter with Chika. And Luna advised her to stay far away from Chika, that Chika was a bad influence. She agreed by saying, "Luna, I promise I'll never disappoint Mama and Papa." They both hugged each other with a smile on their faces. The second day, Promise ran into Chika again. And she said, "You again? What exactly do you want from me?" Chika, who was always full of words in her mouth, replied, "I just want to be your friend. Besides, you are a beautiful and intelligent girl. I can teach you the current lifestyle as a campus girl that you are. I can connect you to the top men of the town. Or, won't you love to own a car and live a comfortable life even as a student? Just look at me. Don't you like what you see?" Promise, who already started admiring Chika, said, I think I like all that you said. And besides, I'm tired of the little money my parents do send to me and my sister. So please, how do I start? I want to be rich and beautiful. Hearing this from Promise, Chika was so happy. And she took her out that very day, bought her some dress, food and drinks. Promise came back home that night looking so drunk, and Luna was so surprised, saying, what has come over you, Promise? Why have you allowed Chika get the better part of you? But Promise, who was already drunk, could not say a word. Rather, she fell on the bed and slept off. Months passed. Promise's attitude became worse. She no longer attended church or lectures. Even had to move out from their hostel to a new apartment she got for herself. Her sister tried all her possible best, but her best was not enough. Most times, when her sister reported to their parents, Promise would end up turning the table around, making Luna look like the bad one. And her parents often believed Promise. Years later, the two girls graduated. Luna made her papers. She had a first class, while Promise and her friend Chika result was nothing to write home about. This made Promise develop a strong hatred for her sister Luna, and she vowed to deal with her in the future. The hatred Promise had for her sister became so strong that she even forgot they were twins. Despite all this, Luna never stopped loving her sister. They all grew up into matured ladies and ready for marriage. Luna was working in a bank as an accountant, and Promise had a fashion shop. Promise still continued in her lifestyle of sleeping with men for money, but at the same time was so worried. I wish one of these men will end up proposing to me. At least, if I should end up getting married before my sister, it will be a plus to me, because I can't stand her getting married before me again. Not after making me look like the bad egg before our parents after our school days. While in the other hand, Luna was always praying for the both of them, praying for God to grant their heart desire and bless them with a very good man that will take care of them and their parents. One fateful day, Luna met a man who based in the UK through social media. They started chatting and fell in love with each other, and things were going smoothly as the young man was always calling and sending money to Luna. Luna could not hide this anymore, so she shared with her sister. Her sister, who was not happy and had a jealousy faked smile on her face, said, I'm happy for you, my sister. They drank and chatted, but Promise was not happy at all. So, this girl still wants to get married. She actually wants to win me this time. And the man in question promised to marry her once he gets back, she said in her thoughts. This will never happen, not when I'm alive. Promise quickly left Luna's house and went straight to Chika's place. Getting to Chika's house, she narrated everything to Chika, and they both planned to destroy the relationship between her sister and the young man. But Chika, how can I achieve this? Promise asked. Very simple, my good friend. Just get close to your sister, so you find out when the young man is coming back. Since you both are twins and the young man cannot identify you, you can switch in your sister's place in his life and get married to him. Wow, that's a great idea, my good friend. What would I have done in this life without you? What about my sister? What then happens to her? Promise asked. Don't worry, we'll find a way to deal with her. They both laughed and tossed a glass of wine to their plans. Promise became so friendly with Luna, even though at some points Luna was surprised by her change of attitude, but felt happy at least the bond between the two was restored. Little did she know that it was all faked. 2 days later, Luna informed Promise that her man was coming back the next day. This made Promise so happy. At last, the time has come to put you in your place, as she said in her thoughts. So she quickly informed Chika and they carried out their plans. On that fateful day, Promise went through her sister's phone, took the man's number. She even went as far as blocking him from getting in touch with her sister. And she carefully dressed like Luna, went to her office and tampered with the company's money, which was kept under the custody of her sister Luna. This led to Luna's arrest and she was sentenced to 5 years in prison. And Promise manipulated her way to the man's heart through the number she stole from her sister's phone. She acted so much like Luna that the man could not notice, and the man never knew Luna had a twin sister either. On the other hand, Mr. and Mrs. Chuka felt so disappointed in their daughter Luna, but little did they know that the poor lady was framed up. Weeks, months passed on, and Luna was still in the prison, while Promise was busy enjoying herself, and never for once as she thought of visiting her sister in the prison. The young man proposed to Promise and they set out to the village to see her parents and fix a day for their traditional marriage. After 2 weeks, the company realized that Luna was actually innocent through the help of a camera. This was when they found out that Luna was actually a twin, and they got her released and compensated her with a promotion later. Luna came out of the prison the same day her sister was wedding her man traditionally. She went straight to the village to tell her parents how her sister framed her up. But to her greatest surprise, she saw her own twin wedding her man, and she said, "What have I ever done to you, Promise? Why do you derive so much joy in seeing me unhappy? I've always loved and cared for you, yet you had the guts to do this to me." Promise, who was shocked seeing her sister, was so confused and could not say a word. And the young man was also confused that he could not even believe his eyes. And he asked, "Please, who among you is actually Luna?" Luna, who felt pity and sorry, said, "I'm so sorry. I was carried away by what we shared, so I forgot to mention to you that I had a twin sister." The man was so angry that he left with annoyance. But Promise shouted on top of her voice, pleading, "Please, I'm so sorry. Don't leave. I'm sorry. I love you." But the young man, who felt so used and ashamed, could not listen to her, and he left. Then she quickly turned to her sister. "Why has it always been you? All these years?" "Yes, I framed you up, and I did that to prove to our parents that I was not useless as you made me look before them. You came out with the best results, got the best job. Now you still want to get married before me. So I had to do something. Or what would you have had me done? But you brought this upon yourself, Promise, not me. Why then punish me for your own failure? Besides, I warned you about your friend Chika, but you never listened to me." On hearing this, Chika tried to escape, but was caught by some policemen who were around. Chika and Promise were arrested that very day, and they were sentenced to 5 years imprisonment, while Luna ended up getting married to the only son of their general manager at the office. They were blessed with beautiful kids and they lived happily. 2 years later, Luna felt so pity for her sister because she was actually missing her, and she decided to visit her sister in the prison. On getting to the prison, "I'm so sorry, Luna," said Promise. "Please forgive me." Luna, who had a heart of gold, forgave her sister and promised to talk to her husband to help in her release. 4 months later, Promise was released on bail by her sister's husband. They lived happily as before again. Promise became a better person and also got married, and the love between the two sisters was restored. While Chika completed her 5 years and later became a minister in a church, she often uses her past to advise her congregation in the church, as she remained unmarried for life.